a different person. So how can I put this? Like with Kyle, I'm gonna take my son because with him, I kept my son sheltered for that reason because I didn't want him to get affiliated into the games. I wanted I wanted more from him, so I kept him in the yard. I kept really like a really strict leash on him. But as he got older, then it seemed like, and I'm working more and doing more, so my focus was not on him like it was when he was coming up, but it was on making sure that I'm able to pay my bills and stuff. So he did begin to slip out of my hands. And once he did, he knew how far to go with me. He wouldn't, but he would stop once he got to the edge.
Okay. Okay. So, can I ask you, do you feel that an environment, a negative environment, or do you feel that, guys who are out there in the neighborhood or in the projects or in however in the community and the rap music and the drugs, the bling bling cars and stuff. Do you think that the media played a role in kids today or kids then, getting involved with gangs?
The media, no, not so much. I just think it's probably some of them like the environment of what they see.
Okay.
That's what I think. The music, yeah, is different from when we was coming up because you didn't have so much of the violence in it. That we hear now. You didn't have so much of the degrading of the women, especially to
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
It was to me is more like the black women. The
Okay.
degrading. You don't.
Okay.
When we was coming up, you didn't have a lot of the flashiness. They probably did, but from I didn't see it like they have it now.
Okay.
So mainly when we was coming up, we had programs that we was able to participate in. Right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
these kids
Okay.
don't have the program. They always saying there's lack of funding. Well, where's the funding at if the lottery and all of this other stuff? Where's the funding to save our children?
Okay. Okay. So with that being said, are you indicating that your community can do better? When the government is saying that they don't have the funds to provide these types of services, would you say that your community, churches and community advocates and stuff, and fathers and mothers can do better by their kids by trying to, encourage them to participate in positive programs?
Yeah, I believe so. I can only speak for myself. I know I would encourage my kids. I would tell them, hey, you can compete with the best. Don't never downplay what you can't do, even though I feel it's a different when it for me, but what I put into my kids, I gave them, I pushed them, you know, um Kyle, when he got into high school, he used to ditch, so I'm driving school buses and I was like, I made sure I drove that bus by that school every day. And every time I seen Kyle, I know him. Every time I seen him, I would call the school I would call the school and I would tell them, hey, you got a group of kids over here at the liquor store or something. Kai, I seen him on the bus stop one day, boy, and I pulled up and I opened the door. I said, where are you going? You need to get on back over there to school. So the more I made my presence known, his little so-called friends that he was hanging out with, they separated away from him because they knew, hey, your mama gonna call the school, she gonna do this. Yeah, I was doing everything because I wanted the best for my child. And I know there's other parents